So I've put the gun breech assembly in the turret with the mantlet attached to it. And let's turn it over and you can see it in there. Pretty much everything that's painted in here had a NATO black base put on it first. And then I used some Tamiya Weathering Master pastels. They kind of look like this. Here's one that's open, and they have a little brush that comes with them. And I used those to sort of bring out the highlights and a little definition to parts. So it just makes it, I don't know, makes it look just a little bit better. So far everything is fitting together pretty well. Okay, so getting that all done was step number 26. So I'll mark off step 26 as done. Oh, also part of step 26 was all these little tie downs here along the top edge of the turret right here were all put on too. There's a lot of little things there. And I have to paint those up a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. Okay. The next step is to actually work on the gun barrel and the what is it called? The fabric, the blast bag. Excuse me. They call them blast bags on like on a battleship. I don't know if they're called a blast bag on a tank, but it's the same sort of thing. It's a covering that covers up the space in between the gun barrel and the mantlet. And that's what I'm going to build next. And I'm also going to find the gun barrel itself. And we're going to attach all of that to the front here. Here's the crew figure that comes with this model kit. I've just started working on it. The arms and the legs and the torso were all separate, as were the two legs. They were separate also. So the whole thing was pieced together. There you can see his head down there and the helmet. Anyway, we'll see him again later on when he's all put together. Okay, this mantlet cover or blast bag or whatever it's actually really called, I have installed on the front of the turret. And it is in 3 pieces when you put it together. And I tried to make it as seamless as possible, but it's impossible. You can't putty this thing and then sand it because of all the folds and wrinkles and stuff. So I did my best to squeeze these seams together really well with glue. And I'm hoping that I'll go over this with another coat of paint and it will disguise most of this. We shall see. But there it is. The barrel slips right into that hole there and connects into the back somewhere here into this mechanism. inside the turret. Well, the layer of paint I just put on has helped a little bit. You definitely still see a seam right there. And over on this side, a little less. And the underside, if I can get it to focus. Come on now. Yeah, you can still see the seams. What are you gonna do? Like I said, you can't putty this because then, you know, when you go to try and sand it, you're gonna destroy a lot of the detail. I am not skilled enough to do that without destroying the whole thing. So I'm going to give it a little bit more paint right on the seams and live with it. Now, the crew figure. He's all put together and painted, except for I don't have his helmet on yet. I just got through painting his helmet. Once I get his helmet on the top of his head, we'll start doing a little bit of dry brushing or weathering or whatever to help make it look a little bit more distinct and realistic. Alright, well, I've gone as far as I'm going to go with this mantlet cover or blast bag or dust cover. Anyhow, yeah, I have worked on those seams as much as I'm able to. I've put a couple coats of the dark yellow on it, and I used some of the weathering pastels on it, and I'm afraid it's just as good as it's going to get. I can still see a seam right there. I can't get rid of it. That's okay. You know, I'm not looking to win any awards, just have fun building a model and make it come out decent. So it's I think it's looking pretty decent so far. I'm going to leave the barrel off for now because it'll just get in the way of everything else I'm trying to do. I have started to build the turret interior. It's this big ring, and there's like a little seat right there and a little platform with some instruments or something here. That is in this step right here, and that was step 28 that I just got done. So the next thing, we're going to continue with this same interior ring, and we're going to start adding more stuff into this ring area. Looks like another seat and some more gadgets. And then when that's all done, it gets put into the bottom. It gets inserted into the bottom of this turret right here, which in turn goes down into the interior of the tank right there. And I guess it is supposed to fit in there. Not sure exactly how it's going to, but that's what the instructions show. Alright, so onward we go, and keep plugging away. And here is the ring that goes in the turret with all the seats on it, and the wheel, and the platform, all the little gadgets that are in here. There's a couple of seats, one there, and one there, and none there. And this is just about ready to go in. I'm just going to do a little painting on it, and then the next step is to insert it along with this other little piece there into the underside of the turret. Okay, here's the turret with the inner turret ring with all of its seats and dials and wheels and things like that. Here's looking down on it from the top. You see straight down this hatch there's a seat or a platform. In front of that is another seat for the gunner, I guess. Not sure, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, the barrel is going to be one of the last things I put on because it's just so long. I'm afraid I'll hit it and break it or something. Anyway, so there we go. This is going supposedly, as they show here, is supposed to... Oh, I already did that part. Here we go. We're going to put the turret on top of the tank, and we have some handles and a few other little things we're going to add to the top. And there's still more to go on the top. There's a machine gun that's going to go up there, an antenna, different things. This is where we're at. Well, this tank is almost done. I have the machine gun still to put on. I'm putting it together and painting the machine gun, and it's going to go up there on that cradle. I just put together the ammunition boxes. They're all going to go on the turret in these side baskets here. And that's about it as far as parts go, except for the tools. Here you can see some, come on, let's see if I can get it to focus. There's some of the tools still. They're all painted up. All I gotta do is take them off the sprue and attach them to various various places on the tank. And then the decals. So, yeah, I have been looking online at the all the different variations of colors it seems to be for this tank. Some illustrations or pictures show a little bit brighter green. Some show a much darker green. Some show just a straight olive green. The mantlet cover here, or the blast bag, some of those were green, some of them were a dark green, some of them were a light tan, some of them were kind of like this color. Anyway, this is the way I've done it, and I like the way it turned out. I think it looks pretty good as far as colors go. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attach the machine gun and the tools and decals. Not necessarily in that order. Probably do the decals first. Well, actually, I have to take this out into my garage outside and give this a clear coat to get it ready for decals and to seal in all the paint and the weathering and whatnot that I've done to this thing. So that'll be the next step I do. And then we'll come back and start putting on the decals. All right. Okay, all the decals are on. the M18 Hellcat. I've gone as far as I'm going to go with detailing it out with some weathering and highlights and dry brushing and all that stuff. It's kind of a shame to put the turret on and hide all this nice interior that you get with it. But yeah, so there it is. Let's slip the turret on. There is the turret. Here is the figure that comes with it. Some sort of officer that I guess you could put him inside if you wanted to. Well, I did it once before. See if I can get him back in there. I have to get him in at an angle to make him fit down in there. But once you get him in, you can stand him up. Now I can't get him in. I swear I had him in last time. Last time I tried this, I got him in just fine. Oh, well, heck. Anyhow, there he is, standing tall and proud on his top of his tank, master of all he surveys. Okay. Done with the M18 tank destroyer. And the little guy that comes with it. This was a fun build. A little fiddly in places. You know, add all these little parts inside the turret and things like that. But it's all done. I'm going to give it one last clear coat to protect the decals I just put on. Now, speaking of the decals, I'll show you something on the turret here. This is a heads up for anybody who's going to build this kit. The insignias of the stars, you want to put those on, especially the ones here on the side of the turret, before you install these racks. Okay? Because I ended up having to cut these decals apart to fit them around this rack and stuff. And this one, I kind of messed it up. You see, there's a couple little parts missing, but it's okay. I'll just chalk it up to battle damage or whatever. But, oh yeah, one last thing. You got some ammunition boxes. I just painted those olive green and did a little weathering, and they just drop down into these racks. If that's what you want to do to display them, you can do that. You can, you know, if you have pieces left over from other armor builds or whatever, you can drape stuff into these, I don't know what you want to call these, buckets or whatever. But you could add all kinds of stuff to it. I've seen pictures of this tank, and they've got bags and all kinds of stuff hanging off this thing. So, anyway, there it is. Nice, simple, easy build. Lots of fun. I highly recommend it. Putting all the tracks together was a little bit fiddly, but not too hard. Yeah, there it is. So this is now officially done, and I'm going to move on to the next project. Thanks for watching.